Good afternoon, everyone. Brian Custer, host of Showtime Championship Boxing. I want to welcome you to Brooklyn, Barclays Center, the premier East Coast venue for World Championship Boxing. This press conference for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World, it is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. May 18th, here at Barclays Center, it can be seen on Showtime Championship Boxing. It will be the 34th boxing show here at Barclays Center, the 5th heavyweight title fight here at Barclays. And of those 34 fights, 19 of those have been aired on Showtime Championship Boxing. No one is as invested in this venue in putting on top-level fights than Showtime. And this world title fight features the man who's got the most dangerous right hand in boxing. He's a person who will unapologetically tell you he's the baddest man on the planet. He's unbeaten. He's the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He's the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder, who will be making his 9th title defense against his mandatory challenger. His moniker is Trouble. Got that name for a reason. Dominic Breazeale. 21, 18 of those victories have come by knockout. Barclays Center has become like a second home for Breazeale. This will be his 3rd straight fight at this venue, and he's knocked out his last 3 opponents. And when it comes to a fight of this magnitude, there's only one network, undisputed leader, when it comes to producing championship-level broadcasts, and that's Showtime Championship Boxing. The president, GM of events and sports programming is Stephen Espinosa. Stephen.
Thank you, Brian. We are thrilled to be bringing you Deontay Wilder versus Dominic Breazeale on Showtime. It would be an understatement to say that there's been a lot of speculation regarding Deontay's future, and we are proud to have him back on Showtime. And one of the main reasons that this fight is back on Showtime is Deontay Wilder. It was critical to Deontay, for the sport, for his fans, for the entire world, that this fight be available, not on pay-per-view, but on Showtime, without the high price tag. And because of that, because of his insistence, that is the primary reason we are standing here today announcing a non-pay-per-view fight on Showtime. And on Showtime is where this fight belongs. We are the home of premium boxing, the best talent, the biggest fights, the most consistent slate of high-quality boxing, month in, month out, the biggest fights. And this is where a World Heavyweight Championship fight belongs, here on Showtime, not on a streaming platform with a limited audience and limited viewership. This will be Deontay's 12th appearance on Showtime and Showtime pay-per-view. We've been together a long time, and we built something special. Recently, ESPN named its World Fame 100, the most talked about, most famous athletes in the world, based on Google searches, social media following, endorsements. Deontay's ranked number 34 in the world. That's 2 slots behind Tom Brady and that's higher than any other boxer active in the sport today. He is a bona fide superstar, there is no question. Before we talk a little bit about this fight, a brief comment about how we got here today. You know, some things that maybe Deontay won't say, but I will say for him. You know, it seems that over the last few months, everyone thinks they know what's best for Deontay. He should take this deal, he shouldn't take that deal. But there's really only one person in the entire world who's in a position to make that decision, that's Deontay. And what people fail to appreciate, what they fail to take into account, is that Deontay knows what he wants and what's important to him. And one thing that he values very highly is independence. He's not beholden to anyone, he doesn't answer to anyone, not to a promoter, not to a network, no one. He is an entrepreneur. He bets on himself like all the great champions have. Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, they all bet on themselves. They all took control of their careers in an independent way. They took risks, and they had great financial success, great professional success because of that. And of course, with that comes criticism. When Floyd bought out his contract from Top Rank for $750,000, people thought he was crazy. When Mikey Garcia sat on the sidelines for 2.5 years to get his independence, people thought he was crazy. And there are people out there who think that Deontay is crazy, and he's got his critics. But the reality is, he's in charge of his career. He has demonstrated loyalty, but not the kind of loyalty that some of you think. There's not a choice between loyalty and financial success. Showtime would never expect loyalty at the expense of long-term financial success. So the reality is, he's made a decision that demonstrates his loyalty and a decision which guarantees financial success for a long, long time. And he's not avoiding the big fights. Deontay isn't the one who walked away from the Tyson Fury rematch. He isn't the one who walked away from the Tyson Fury purse bid. He isn't the one imposing conditions on big fights. Can you guys imagine for a moment if Deontay said, anybody who fights me has to sign for 3 or 4 fights with Showtime and PBC? All of you would murder him for that. And yet, those are the conditions that are being imposed for him. So to the extent that he has decided that he is his own man, retaining his independence, he's going to retain control. That is something to be respected, admired, and celebrated, not criticized. I'm not going to go into detail, but rest assured that Deontay has made a choice that demonstrates both loyalty and will be financially lucrative for a long, long time. And regardless of what others may want to believe, Showtime has plenty of money. We're not going anywhere. We have been the home of the best boxing for quite some time. We've been the leader in the sport, and we're not going anywhere. We're going to remain at the head of the class for a long, long time to come. Because of our demise have been greatly exaggerated. So that brings us to where we are today. The heavyweight championship is back on Showtime. Dominic Breazeale, big, strong, experienced, powerful, and above all, motivating. It's no secret that there is a personal rivalry between the two of them. This is not going to be, I predict, the kind of friendly promotion that we saw in the Fury fight. There's genuine animosity here. These guys are professionals, but there is also an emotional rivalry, which you will see very quickly. This is a premium fight. It is a high-quality fight. This is the heavyweight championship on Showtime at Barclays Center, May 18th. Thank you.
Before I introduce the fighters, and hear a word from them, introduce their corners. Start with the challenger. He's been trained by a man who's trained a number of champions. Used to train pound for pound, the greatest fighter that was in the sport at one time, former trainer of the year. His Rolodex endless. Andre Berto, Amir Khan, Andre Ward, just to name a few. Virgil Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen,
it's a pleasure to be back at the Barclays Center for such an event as the Heavyweight Championship of the World. It'll be my first time at this level in the heavyweight division. And certainly, there's a monumental task to try to overcome. Dominic and I, we connected last month. After talking and after a few workouts and trials, we saw that we had a good fit and we had a great understanding of what needed to be done and what was lying up ahead. He worked hard, he's very determined, and he knows that this is his opportunity and he can't let it get a chance to slip away from him, but he also knows the risks that are at hand. So saying that, I'm glad to be here, glad to be on Dominic Breazeale's team, and looking forward to May 18th.
Virgil, thank you very much. Be remiss, didn't introduce one of Deontay Wilder's managers, a guy who's been in his corner for a very long time, Mr. Shelley Finkel, and he will make some comments to you and say certainly be available to you once we're done. But in the corner of the champion, he's got a man who was one of the most accomplished U.S. amateurs, won the gold medal in 1984, went on to become a two-time world champion, had one of the baddest jabs in the sport. Mark Breland. You see it, Mark? Hey. And of course, the man who spotted this powerful pugilist. He's been with him ever since he walked into his gym in Alabama to work with him. JD's, I want to acknowledge him as well. Now, let me introduce the fighters. We'll start with the challenger. This man's been waiting for this opportunity for over a year and a half. In his 21 fights, he's gone the distance just twice in his career. This will be his third straight fight at Barclays Center here in the BK. He's known as Trouble, Mr. Dominic Breazeale.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming out here. Brian, thank you for the introduction. Steven, thank you for having me as well. Showtime. Guys, I'm super excited, man. As Brian just said, I've been waiting over a year and a half now to get a shot at this title. I'm excited to be back here in the Barclays Center. I've got 3 knockouts. One, it's one of those situations that I bring in addition to the team with Virgil. I'm a great fighter, but there's always things to be learned. We've learned a lot in the last little bit that we've been together. At the same time, I bring something to the fight game that I'm going to do something that everybody wants to be seen. I'm one of those guys that's sick of seeing this bum walk around with his belt. I'm going to put him on his ass. Everybody's going to be sitting in their seat. They'll be rising up when I knock them down, and they're going to stay on their feet.
Thank you, Dominic. And now, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Unbeaten in 41 fights. 39 come by knockout. It's a 95% knockout ratio. He has had more consecutive, successful title defenses than 87% of the 92 fighters who've been called heavyweight champion of the world. Only 2 men have gone the distance with him. Berman Stavern, and we saw what happened to him in the rematch. And Tyson Fury, who got dropped twice in their fight. This will be his 4th fight here at Barclays Center. His 3 other opponents here at Barclays knocked out. He's the heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to be back here in Brooklyn, back at the Barclays Center. You know how dear to my heart that this place holds for me. I've been here for so many times, as Brian has said, I'm labeled as the Bronx Bomber, but here in Brooklyn they call me the Bronx Bomber. And you know, it brings some connection here. You know, I had some of my most memorable knockouts, my most memorable times here, right here in this arena. And I'm looking forward to being here again, fighting my mandatory. You know, it's always a great opportunity. It's always a great thing to get the mandatories out of the way because I consider the mandatories like flies. They always buzzing in your ear, especially when you're trying to do something for the heavyweight division. The heavyweight division has been so lit. One champion, one face, one name. But with that being said, it comes a mighty task to getting that complete. You know, you need some cooperation with a lot of people to make that happen. And one thing about me, I want to fight the best. I've been trying to prove to the world what I've been saying. You know, this ain't being arrogant. This is not being cocky. This is what I believe in my heart. This is what I believe in my heart. And nobody can take that away from me. I feel that way. I believe that. And until somebody proves that wrong, then I'm going to continue to believe that. So here we are again, another man, the next man in line. I can't wait. I can't wait for this one. I ain't felt this way since the Breazeale fight. But this is even more intensified in the Breazeale fight. I don't mean nothing but, man, I love this sport. But this is the only sport where payback is a motherfucker. And pain is the name of the game in this sport. And we all know who does that the best. It's me. And it's me that I get paid to do it. So I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm not gonna speak negativity up on nothing. I'm just gonna show. Because the way I'm feeling right now, right? The fight can be this week. I'm ready. I'm always ready. As a champ, you must stay ready because you have contenders, you have mandatory, you have guys that's ready. I don't know how he's been preparing. I don't know what his mindset is. I hope he's in a great place. I hope he's trained, you know, his damn hardest. I'm glad he got Breazeale on his side. Maybe he can show him a little something different. Maybe not to get knocked out. Maybe that's impossible to do. Every man I face, they land on the canvas. And I'm gonna continue to do that because I have the special remedy of salt to do that. There's no man that's gonna get in the ring and gonna be able to defeat Deontay Wilder. I bring the excitement in the heavyweight division. I hold all the keys in the heavyweight division. I am the man in the heavyweight division. And I say this with all due respect. I say this very proudly. I say this with very much so confidence. I am the man. I'm the puzzle piece here. I hold all the keys here. I bring the excitement. Ain't no other fighter doing what I'm doing. Knocking guys out. That's what you pay your money for. You know, it's good to see 12-round fights with skill and some will, but nobody really wants to sit in their seat for 12 rounds. You want to see somebody's brain get knocked out of their head, and I'm literally trying to do that. I'm trying to give you something that you ain't never seen before. And if you're trying to see that, then you better bring some glasses if you don't like guts and blood spilled all over the place. Because I'm trying to make it a PG-13 up in this place. I can't wait. This is the moment, this is the time, this is the right fight for me. Of course, he's a mandatory, and you know, we've seen many things, and like I said, everybody want what they want. People want to see the big fight. And I don't have to say what's the big fight is. Everybody want to see it. We understand that. But there's certain things that we have to do. He's a mandatory. I can't go around it. He got the opportunity, and here it is. So we can only take one fight, one step at a time, and enjoy it. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. Because it's going to be a massacre. Can't wait. May 18th is going to be a beautiful day for me. It's going to be a beautiful day for you guys as well, too, to get an insight of what our mindset is and what we're trying to go with the thing and what we will do with the sport of boxing. I'm looking forward to it all. Thank you guys.
Well, let's hear from these guys about this fight. Champ, let's start with you. Had a number of networks after you, but it's Dominic Breazeale. Why Showtime Championship Boxing, May 18th? Why here at Barclays Center?
Well, like I said before, I got a great relationship with the Barclays Center. I've been here so many times, you know. I mean, you know you the man, you know you the man when you got your face painted on the back, you know what I mean? And when seeing that, you know, that just let me know that I'm here. I'm much so welcome. The people love me. Like I said, I go, they're here when I'm here, they call me the Bronx Obama. And I accept it, you know. The love here, the energy here is amazing, and, you know, that's one of the reasons why we're coming back here.
And I'm sure there are a number of people wanting to know why Showtime Championship Boxing, considering the number of streams and networks that we're after.
Most definitely. You know, I've had a long relationship with Showtime as well, too. I consider these guys as family to me. You know, we came a long way. I've came a long way in the network, you know, as they display my talent. I've helped the network rise with my knockouts. People love knockouts in boxing, and they know most likely when they come to see a Deontay Wilder fight, that's what they're gonna get. So I didn't feel like this fight was a pay-per-view fight. You know, for me, I feel when you have pay-per-view fights, them the special fights, them the ones that you gotta see, like them the ones like you'll miss your rent money to see the fight. I'd rather pay, you know what I'm saying? And I don't feel that this fight is that type of situation. And I don't want people to pay more than what they have to pay. I'm the people's champion. I'm not trying to take more than what's due to me. I'm not trying to gain an extra dollar by doing something that I love to do. I want to be fair to the people, as I want the people to be fair to me. I'm the realest champion in the business. I don't know how many times I gotta keep saying it and keep proving it, but I guess I gotta do it to the end of my career, which I don't have no problem with. I don't have no choice but to. We're gonna have a lot of people we're gonna be able to satisfy. We're gonna have a lot of people not. And the ones that satisfy, thank you so much for the support, and let's keep riding.
Dominic, listen, there's been some bad blood between you two guys. You guys a couple of years ago fought on the same card. After the fight, nearly kind of got into an altercation. You were quoted in the paper as saying, quote, Wilder had a mob with him trying to take me out. It would be a different story with me and him one-on-one in the ring, end quote. So on May 18th, will you be looking for retribution?
Yeah, definitely, Brian. I think, like I said, guys, I'm excited, man. I finally get a chance to get this chump in the ring. And I say chump, and I'm referencing you, chump. I'm sick of hearing you talk. You love your own voice. All you do is talk and talk and talk. It's time to get in the ring, May 18th, square off, mano a mano, one-on-one. Ain't nobody can save you. Your brother can't be there, your uncle, your side girls, all that stuff, nonsense. It's me and you, one-on-one, leather and leather. You got a left hand and a right hand. I got a left and a right. See who lands first. Hopefully you get off the canvas.
Deontay, 3 fights here. All 3, as I said earlier, highlight reel type knockouts. You were quoted earlier this month as saying, quote, I'm going to wipe Dominic Breazeale off the planet, end quote. You still feel that way?
Oh man, most definitely. Y'all know that I got gold at the tip of my tongue. When I speak, things come true. It happens. It's just like in my last fight. I told Fury he was gonna go timber. I told Fury you would have to be perfect with 12 rounds. I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds. And what happened? So with this, my words are powerful. What I speak is powerful. And what you will see is what I display. I will knock this fool out. He may not get up. It ain't no hoping and wishing that he gonna get up because he may not. I expect them to make some funeral arrangements because it's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. Oh my God. Oh my God. Although this ain't a pay-per-view fight, it feel like one. The way I'm approaching it, feel like one. But it ain't quality to put it on the network for pay-per-view. But it's gonna be a good one for sure for people to view. Man, the dude was so scared, he saw 20 people behind me when it was only me, myself, and I. That's all I got in the end. That's what I found out. I walked in by myself. I told the people I was looking for him. You ain't gonna come to my city and make threats of killing my family and stuff and try to cover it up by some other shit. He played a major part in what he did, and he gonna suffer the consequence for it. I came in by myself, one man. I ain't need 20 people. Y'all don't even see me walk around with, when have y'all ever seen me walk around with 10 people? Unless it's a fight. And people all riled up. When I'm by myself, it's just me and my sister. I don't need an entourage. I got the peoples behind me. Wherever I go, wherever city, wherever state, wherever country I go to, I'm protected. Very. I don't need an entourage. And if it's something personal, I handle it myself. You can ask my people. I don't need nobody else. A 20. Come on. The only reason this is occurring and the story got out because they sucker punched my brother. This fool. But my brother was only 190-some pounds and came back and dropped his ass on the ground. He got embarrassed. And with the wife, she's running around with her head cut off like a chicken. My brothers had their children. They didn't even know that. But you want to paint a narrative, then he gonna go and try to sue. What boxer you know trying to sue? You fight for what you want. That's why God don't make mistakes. He don't make mistakes, and this payback like none other. Breazeale could have lost his life that day. I had guys calling me, apologizing because they had got put up because they had guns. You don't come make threats like that. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. He don't even sound convincing because he know he ain't finna do shit. He can talk. His game ain't even tough enough to talk. He need to put a little bit more bass in him for me to feel him like he feeling me. He fucking with the wrong person. Excuse my language though. I'm just so intense. I'm so ready. Y'all know how I get at times, man. It ain't nothing new. I'm still the same D, baby, the best. And I'm gonna show. Come 18. I promise you that.
Dominic.
Brian, can I get a second?
Sure.
Just so I can reference what you guys are getting an understanding of. Me and Deontay Wilder do have some bad blood. The night I knocked these two out of the ring and won round of the year, that was stolen from me because of the fact that Deontay Wilder, also known as the Chump, and his punk-ass brother decided they want to run a nonsense situation inside of an Alabama hotel lobby room. I come downstairs to have dinner with my wife and kids. Mind you, my wife and kids, my cornerman. We're going to dinner after a fight, gladiator fight. I get off the elevator, Izu's there. The guy just knocked out of the ring, KO'd. We handshake, take some photos. I signed some stuff, he signed some stuff for me.
You can tell.
I walk through the lobby, and Deontay Wilder, also known as the Chump, is walking straight towards me.
For you, and I told you I was gonna find you.
I want to give him a chance to, congratulate him. He defended his title, and now he's in my face pointing his finger, talking about this, talking about that. At the same time, I didn't have an urban dictionary with me, so I couldn't understand a damn thing he was saying.
Don't nobody want to hear your.
Then he wanted to push and shove and say he walked up with one by himself. His brother's over here talking nonsense.
Show you
a whole
no
other
mercy.
entourage of individuals. Listen, the eye in the sky does not lie.
Ain't nobody
there was about 20 people in the damn room. I'm ready to fight them all.
Story.
But never do you walk up to a man and his wife.
She was wild.
I try to get myself out of the situation and exit that
be
venue.
honest about it and tell
And
the
I'm
truth
walking to
because
the
May 18th,
elevator.
the truth will come out. And
And
guess
his
what?
punk ass brother wants to punch me in the back
Guess
of the
what?
head.
I'm gonna be the
That's
judge
why
in the ring.
Marsalis Wilder got his ass knocked
I can
out
be
as
the
well.
judge in the ring.
Let's talk about the fight. Let's stick to the
You
fight.
got dropped by a cruiserweight. What you think of the heavyweight, the champion,
my-
the head, the king gonna do to you?
My sister punched you in the back of the head, knocked your ass
How
out.
about this?
bro?
You get knocked, hit in the back
You a
of the head.
lame, man.
Dominic.
You the lamest
How
fighter
about
in
this?
the heavyweight division.
You've been in the ring with Anthony Joshua.
I'm finna run this fool over.
You've been on
told you better make
you've been
your
on his
funeral
undercard
arrangements.
a couple of times, so
Yes,
you've
I
seen him
promise.
fight ringside.
Promise you.
Does any of that
Boy, you done
help you come May 18th?
Scariest fight you've ever been in your life.
That's why I'm so excited
I
to
want
get this
you to
fight.
think about
May
that.
18th, I've been on Wilder's couple of his undercards, and mind you, I've stolen the show every time I fight on a Wilder card. Nobody wants to watch this bum fight. Man, he does nothing right. He's got no traditional boxing skills. He's wild. Looks like a circus
but I'm
act.
the
But I
highest
get in the
search
ring, I put
boxer
together a
in the
boxing
world,
combination, get my guy in
I'm
there,
the most
get him out
looked
there
up
properly. At the same
boxer
time,
in the world,
if
right?
you got this guy,
Where you
listen, I
at?
tell you, man, he loves his own voice. He
Where
won't
you
shut
at?
the hell up.
Where you at?
All he does is talk.
Where you at?
All you do is talk.
Nobody
May
don't even
18th,
know who the
you
fuck
got to
you
get in
is,
the
don't
ring,
even
and a
care
damn thing you
about
can
you.
say. And a damn thing you can say. You got to fight.
Easy.
You can't say
I
nothing
can't
else.
wait, Dominique.
As we wrap this up, champ,
I can't wait, Brian.
May 18th, what should we expect here at
Man,
Barclays
y'all
Center?
already know what to expect. What y'all expect each and every time from me. What you
Chump.
expect from me?
Don't
Damn right. You damn right. And this one right here is gonna be even more crucial. You know I bring the pain. I bring devastating knockouts, and I can't wait to see what this fool body gonna do when I hit him on his face. When I hit him on the chin, when I hit him in the face, because I don't punch through you, I punch through you, and I want Virgil to understand. I don't punch to him, Virgil. I try to punch through him. So I'm gonna grab his brain and I'm gonna bring it out of here like a Mortal Kombat combination. A-B-A-C-A-B-B. And that's how it's gonna be. I promise you that. And you know when I say promise, I keep my promises. Because I come from a place for unfulfilled promises.
So
but I promise you,
May 18th,
and these are my words. I'm the
Barclays
judge.
Center, here in Brooklyn, the
have been ordered.
WBC Heavyweight Championship World Title fight, the Bronze Bomber Deontay Wilder against Trouble Dominic Breazeale.
Trouble.
We're going to try to face these guys off.
We're gonna try.
What's with you?
Let's make sure that we have some people with us.
Boy, I've been waiting on this day right here.
Champ, we'll have you on this side. Dominic, we'll have you on this side.
I've been waiting for this.
Oh boy, here we go. Here we go.
I tried to do the open thing and try to be the champ and try to fight the best. I gotta get the fly out of my ear. Where are we? Deontay, come around. I gotta get the fly out of my ear. You feel me?
Everybody, take
It's just a stepping stone.
right there.
You remember when Jerry Washington was the same way? You mind when Jerry Washington, when he begged, he asked the champ on ready. And I respected that. Now you calling and saying you ready, you better be a man of your word. You better be by that. You better be blind. Listen to me again. You better be more than ready for me. Because I am the best. I can feel you right now. I can feel your heart right now. Look at that word. I feel you right now. I can feel your heartbeat, boy. All right, that's enough.
Face forward for me. Face forward for me, please.
And it should be that way. Because you ain't never seen death in his face. You ain't never seen him in person, in face. Now you do. And you're going to understand why I speak the way I speak. Why the things I say. You're going to understand where I came from. You're going to feel every bit of me. I promise you that. This is not a game. This is start with me. And I'm going to prove it to you.
Face
Well, I
forward,
promise you
please.
that.
Face
Because
forward.
that's the scheme that you tried to pull, I ain't gonna fly. I'm gonna show you street style. I'm gonna fight or sue another. I promise. I promise. I promise. Watch this shit. Watch. I can't wait for it. He wanted it. What am I leave? You wanted it. You got it. And I'm gonna give it to him. Every bit of it.
Another sidekick.
Every bit of it. Every bit of it. We don't need no sidekicks, baby. In the ring, is me and you. You ain't gotta worry about on the outside, bro. You don't have to worry about on the outside because in the ring it's me and you. That's what you gotta understand.
Thank you.
You don't worry about the outside. You don't have to worry about the outside
You know what? I
attention.
just got Virgil on my
Because when I get, y'all don't care what they're gonna do. That man ain't gonna be able to teach you nothing. For me, I wish you luck. I wish you luck. Because this is a different fight. I don't give a fuck who you get. What train? You can get 4 trains like Fury did. It ain't gonna help you. It's not gonna help you. You can train for me half a year like Fury did. You can get 2 warms up and fight. You can get 2 warms up and 3 training camps and still see what happens. I'm special, bro. I'm just special like that. My grandma said I was annoying a long time ago. I didn't understand it. But now I do. I know what position I hold, what I place. I know who I am and what I stand for, what I represent. To this day!
I gotta say, they sold this shit good.
Wait!
Even the pay-per-view.
I can't wait!
I'm gonna get through, guys.
We can bring the pain in this day, baby. And if he dies, he dies.
Television over here with Deontay, print and video over here with Brazilian.
I gotta step back up.
Everybody
gotta back up.
Which way we
Everybody
going?
gotta back up, please. Guys, back up or sit down, guys.
They told us to come over here. What way we going?
I want everybody here to back up, please. I appreciate your cooperation, but you got to back up. You got to back up, media. You got to back up.
to back up, guys.
Please.
I'm in my seat.
Back up, please.
That's far enough.
Thank you.
That's far enough.
Hang on right here, guys. Back up.
Stay right here.
I need media to back up. Stop forward, please. Got to back up some. Got to back up. Miss, you got to back up.
I gotta back up.
On the line.
Because this man, what he did,
Pardon me.
Stand back.
God is good. God is good.
Who do I got? Shadow League. Who you with? Boxing. You guys are gonna pull, okay? It's not. Who are you with?
Who are you with?
I'm with Malcolm.
Okay, come on. You guys go.
I'm with Reuters.
Come. Get up. The big cameras are gonna go together. Who are you with? Okay. Who are you with? Who? Okay, you stay there. Andrew, come on. Andrew, come in.
To me? Oh, I got you.
Get the big cameras out.
Everybody else got to back up. Got to back up, y'all. Take your seats.
Why don't
Something.
you go get Dominic? You guys in the back, what did he say it was? Fight sport. Go get Breazeale, okay? Come back here. Couple of you go over and get Breazeale. You're gonna get your turn with Dom. If you don't want him, fine. But if you want Breazeale, go and get him now, and you'll get plenty of time. Deontay's not going anywhere, okay? There's way more less people over there.
Hey, he good. See, Joshua don't ever do this like Joe Miller did, but Wilder be committed.
That fight finally happens. I cannot wait for that.
Which one?
Joshua Wilder. Wilder's gonna be.
Yo, man, we got 500 people here. Smash the like button, man. Let's get the likes up to 400, 500, man. We got 500 people here. Smash the like button right now. Get the likes up to 400 at least, man. Get the likes up to 400, man. Smash the like button right now, man. If you didn't smash the like button, smash it.
I was one of them. How many people see me when it's my turn, right? Come on. So when have you never seen me with 20 people around me? You can't control me. Somebody always has back, guys. Watch your back, guys. So that's already a lot of we have a lot of other why they really for opportunity.
What's up, Brett? You know, you gonna talk to Kelly tomorrow? You got it locked in now?
Locked in.
All right. Thanks for doing it. A little different than the usual, right?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this show. Perfect time.
You want anything from Steve?
Everybody back up, you know. So make a lane, you know. Make a lane. Everybody go on one side. Like you say, ain't going nowhere. Just make a path. That's all we want. A little path. A little fireway. That's all we asking. See, nobody listening. Go to the side, God. Go to the side. Thank you. Make a little path. That's all we want.
One thing about boxing is you know what I mean? That's why it's very important. You know, have certain things in mind.
Go past. That's it.
Come on, man. We got 500 people watching, man. Let's get the likes up to 500. Smash the like button, man. Smash the like button. Get the likes up to 500, man.
Like I said, I need everybody to go to one side.
Smash
That's
the
the
like
case.
button.
Where everybody
Get the likes
behind the
up.
barricade. You don't want that. So cooperate with us. That's what we want. Cooperation. Thank you. That's what we want. Cooperation. That's it. See, little pack. When people get in, get out. That's it. Get out. That's it. Ain't going nowhere. Ain't going nowhere.
Never a dog.
So it's easy to come in here. Loyalty doesn't get turned out one of
Yeah. Nice fight.
and that's not realistic. And that's not
Appreciate you, bro.
The announcement was sort of like a 1 or 2 yard line, and then 2 yard line, and then all of a sudden there's a bit of silence. It wasn't really all that long. Some weird way, some people weird way, some people all of us were surprised. It's taking a lot of work to get things
Josh.
Want me to call the lady? Johnny?
Yeah, she right there.
You got it.
They're not interested in making you fight what they call it wild fights. So,
Yo, what's his man's name? What's his man's name?
What man?
His body. I call him the shooter. It
Oh.
says him the shooter. It
Oh,
says a
Chris.
joke.
Chris.
Chris, he good dude?
Quiet, just quiet.
That's why I be calling what I call him.
Man said Mortal Kombat.
Smash the like button, man. Get the likes to 400, man. Smash the like button. 500 people, man. We don't even have 400 likes. Smash the like button, man. You didn't smash the like button already. Smash it, man. Get the likes up. Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up to 400, though, man. Smash the like button. Yeah, you right here.
I don't know. This is so she in charge.
So what y'all think, man, about this press conference, man?
Yo, this build-up is gonna be better than the fight. In my opinion.
Yeah, man.
Think it's gonna be better than the fight?
No, this build-up.
Smash the like button, man. Get the likes to 400, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a one-sided demolition. Right? Depending on what kind of knockout it could.
Smash the like button, man.
Deontay's smart. So he understands social life.
400.
People make memes.
Because that shit is still alive.
Yeah.
And it will stay alive. Yeah.
People make edits and shit like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind
Smash
of
the
shit.
like button, man. Get the likes up to 400, man.
That movie did that.
Oh, yeah, that was beautiful.
Like,
But even the Fury fight turned into that too.
exactly. So the Undertaker shit.
Yeah.
Everybody now, right? Everybody.
Okay.
Step back now. Step back. Step back a little bit. Everybody step back a little bit.
Come on, guys. Step back. Partner. Step back.
Brian.
Oh, they got it from me. I don't know. But here, I don't know where.
Everybody to one side, please. Everybody one side.
Too late. It's early 2000, like 2011 is not a hustle. Super fast, had like 4 buttons on it. Or even before that.
You know what I'm saying?
With that look.
Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up to 400, man. Grind won't stop, man. We out here putting in this grind, putting in this work, man. Smash the like button. Put the likes at 400, man.
Come on, guys.
We're in a pool. Let's go. 5 of you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Smash the like button. Put the likes up to 500. I mean, 400, excuse me.
I'm trying to put this shit on bus. Like not on .com, they
That's the like button.
oh yeah. But they got 20 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is no joke. If you have the right record on there, bro, that's good. You know what I'm saying? But he don't want to do it because he's $8,000. I told him like I'm getting the $8,000 for it.
Good, bro. Hey,
So I'll put up the $8,000. You know what I'm saying? So fuck that.
Got this lovely lady here.
You do 5 minutes and 5. Cool.
5.
Hey, don't tell me. What's the Alex News? Who? Yes, News Alex Backpack. Who? Yes, News Alex Backpack. Who?
Tim, I know you got to be tired, man, all the travel.
What the heck you gonna do? You know what I work for? A lot of money. And they're gonna work the album again. We're gonna rework the album.
Smash the like button, man. Get the likes up, man.
Because they press me about to give me a podcast.
Get the likes up, man. 400.
Right. To put like the front page of the album. They're going to do editorials. So it's like
Get the likes of 400, man. Smash the like button, man. We're live grinding, man.
Bro.